This series of movements is intended to be quite a restorative practice, just sort of opening up and releasing, using our wall once again as a prop. So let's come into a nice dolphin pose against the wall. So your feet are slightly wider than hip width, and the hands or the forearms be against the wall. And you're going to start dropping that chest down towards the ground. So this is quite a strong opening through the shoulder. Breathe and surrender. Remember, if you find that surrender, you want to come deeper, you might want to move your feet slightly further away from the wall. Walk your hands up a little bit and come down more with the chest towards the ground. And inhale as you come out of the pose, walking the feet closer to the wall. And release those hands and feel that those kind of floodgates opening as all the energy flows back down through the limbs. So next few poses we will be down on the ground. This one is called King Arthur's pose, and you'll see why. It can be a bit of a fiddle to get into these poses. The easiest way for me is to bring the edge of that knee against the wall. Again, use a blanket and then start to swivel as you turn and bring this lower leg up against the wall and bring this left leg forwards. We're working those hips forward. So already you are getting this length here through those flexors, and you're getting that length through the quadricep because of the flexion through the knee. If this is enough for you to stay here, stay here. If you cannot come into this position, use your blocks and support yourself. And breathe. Now, if you want to come deeper into this pose, bring your hands up to your thigh. Breathe. So this is a lovely quad opener and extension of that hip flexor at the same time. Just release the hands and come back down, and then you can swivel again to come out of this pose. So we're going to come on to the other side. So do what you need to do to get into these various poses. I'm just showing you what kind of works for me. So same thing, bring that side of the knee against the wall, and then rotate. You bring that lower leg up against the wall, and then the right leg forward. And you can stay here if you like. You can support yourself on some blocks. If you would like to, you can bring that upper body up. This is extremely intense for me. I'm quite short through the quads on this left leg. So it's enough just for me to stay here and breathe. Never be afraid to do what's right for your body. If you listen to your body, you'll never go wrong. It's when we ignore our body, we ignore the small signals that it gives us, and we let the ego override those signals, that we end up injuring ourselves. So if you are upright with the hands on the leg, release, come back down, and let's come out of that pose. Come back down to sit on the ground, and now we can remove this blanket, and all the rest of our poses we will be lying on our backs. So again, a somewhat inelegant way of coming down to the ground, making sure that hip is connected with the wall, and then as you bring those legs up the wall, come down onto the ground. You might need to just kind of walk your way back down to the wall again so that the buttocks are flush with the wall. So we're just going to do a sort of a wall variation of some rather familiar poses. First one will be pigeon pose. So cross this left leg over the right thigh, and then start bending this right leg with that foot flush against the wall, and that's going to bring that lower leg down closer towards the chest. So this is a really beautiful version of pigeon pose. And of course, you can adjust the intensity. If this is too much for you, move your body upwards, away from the wall, so that you have more of a 90-degree bend through this right leg. As long as you're feeling this release through the left buttock, that's what you want. And relax into the stretch. Breathe, surrender. I'm just going to move back down. What I quite like to do when I am doing these poses against the wall is just to place one hand on the belly and the other one on the ribs. Connect with your heart. Connect with the solar plexus. And feel that belly rising and falling underneath your hand as you breathe deep in and out through the nose. And you come across your legs and then come into the other side. Let's bring this right leg over the left. And relax into the stretch. Very important to let go of any tension when you come into these poses. These are passive stretches. We are not activating any of the muscles. We are wanting to release them. And we're wanting to access that deep connective tissue that's far less elastic than the muscle. So relax the muscle, no resistance, and then we can start tapping in. And come out of the pose and cross those legs. And now we're going to come into butterfly pose up the wall. So bringing the soles of the feet together, and then bringing those feet down just as close to you as you can, and start working those knees open against the wall. Breathe. If you like, you can place your hands onto your thighs and just gently encourage them. Send all your energy and all your attention to the pelvis and to the hips. Focus on relaxing and surrendering to the stretch. Okay, and coming out of the pose, you can bring your hands just the outside of your legs to bring your knees together and extend the legs back up the wall. And now you're going to let your legs fall out either side. And let gravity just encourage the legs lower down towards the ground. You're getting that lovely release here along the inner thigh. Okay, slowly come out of this pose. Just bring the hands again to the outside of the legs and just support them as you bring them up. And I'll bend through the knees, and you're going to drop both legs to the right so that they're lying on the ground. And then you can start working this shoulder onto the mat, so we're getting a beautiful twist through the spine. Release. Bring those legs up and down to the left side. Start working that right shoulder down towards the mat as you twist through the spine. And then bring those legs up again. Up along the wall. And you can come into your final meditation relaxation in this position with the legs up the wall. Very restorative pose. You can just rest the arms on the ground. And close your eyes and relax. Feel your gaze drawing inward as you begin to withdraw your senses. Your body relaxing and letting go of any tightness or resistance. From your toes, through your feet, your ankles, through the lower legs and the knees, through the thighs, the hips, the buttocks, up through the spine, the belly, the ribs, the chest, shoulder blades, shoulders, along the collarbones, through the upper arms and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, thumbs, and fingers. Whole body surrendering, feeling that relaxation spread up through the back of the neck, across the skull, top of the scalp, down through the face, the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks, relaxing the jaw, the throat. Every breath you take, body becomes more and more relaxed as each exhalation takes any tightness and resistance and expels it from the body. And take your focus even deeper. As you observe the breath moving in and out of the nose, bringing your attention back here each time you may be distracted. As soon as you recognize that distraction, just disengage. Allow that thought to drift away. Come back to the breath, to the movement of air in and out of the nose. We allow our senses to expand now, to become aware of our surroundings once more, feeling that firm floor beneath your back, the wall against your legs. Begin to slowly move those fingers and the toes. And then bend the knees and come onto your side. And just pillow your head on your arm. Just take a few breaths here. And then moving mindfully, keeping your eyes closed. Just push yourself up to a sitting position. Coming onto your mat. And sitting in whatever position is comfortable for you, whether that's your legs crossed or half lotus or full lotus. Sitting tall, relaxed, observing the body. And setting your intentions for the rest of the day. You take this feeling with you. Namaste.